Guys, American singer R. Kelly has been found guilty of sexually abusing women, boys and girls for decades. The music star was convicted on Monday, September 27, 2021 on all 9 counts, including racketeering and violations of the Mann Act, which prohibits the transport of any woman or girl across state lines for any immoral purpose. He will be spending the rest of his life in prison. Can I get a woo-woo? Woo-woo? All right. The jury of 7 men and 5 women deliberated for about 9 hours across 2 days before reaching their unanimous verdict. This case, and they wrote, they said, this case is not about a celebrity who likes to party a lot. This case is about a predator. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maria Cruz Melendez said at the beginning of the case, one of his victims was R&B singer Aaliyah, who Kelly illegally got married to in a Chicago hotel room in 1994 when she was just 15 years of age, like a lot of our Nigerian politicians. For the illicit nuptials to move forward, Kelly relied on his entourage. Prosecutors showed Kelly's legal team called a handful of ex-Kelly employees and associates to take the stand in an effort to discredit allegations the singer sexually abused women, girls, and boys. So do we have closure now?
I don't have closure yet, though.
Why? What's happening?
I feel like to have closure, I have to understand why.
Why what?
Why is he like this? Why did he do this?
Surviving R. Kelly, I think, told us all about that. Surviving R. Kelly, the series.
I guess
it told, it told us why this man was built that way. It showed us his background, how he grew up. It showed us how his own immediate younger brother was also, you know, not like that, but also abused, but he became a better man. But he collaborated his story with R. Kelly's, that he could handle his, he could control his, but his was more. And he couldn't just handle it, and he lost it. And I think, you know, some of us are built strong, some of us are built evil, and I just think it falls in the category of evil.
No, you have a strong point. I think there is a lot of power with the mind, and that not all minds are built the same. I mean, there can be one thing that will happen to both of us, and it freaks you out. You can't control it. You lose your sense of living, and you're done. And for me, I chest it, and I can push through. I don't know why that is, but certain things are what it is. I think for me, the most hilarious thing about this story was R. Kelly's what's called lawyer's closing. His closing phrase. He was like, "I'll give for R. Kelly. I'll give for R. Kelly." And I said, "This R. Kelly can be linked to Martin Luther King." Why? Anyways, because
since you have gotten to this point, can we just see that? Let's see the track up.
Please. Because what was that?
Based on the evidence, why should he anticipate this verdict? When you go over the discovery, you saw witness after witnesses giving 3, 4, 5 different versions as to what they said happened here. The government cherry-picked the version that they thought would be a continuation of the narrative that was first put out by Cheryl Mack and Surviving R. Kelly. And they cherry-picked a version and ran with that version. They totally ignore the inconsistencies that all of these witnesses gave in their debriefing. They tried, and I guess they successfully did it, was to massage it. But it's a situation wherein I don't know if I'm more disappointed in the juror's verdict or the government's action in this case.
To the victims in this case, your voices were heard, and justice was finally served. This conviction would not have been possible without the bravery and resilience of R. Kelly's victims. I applaud their courage in revealing in open court the painful, intimate, and horrific details of their lives with him.
The government proved that Mr. Kelly had genital herpes, that he knew that he had it, but failed to disclose it to his underage victims and adults, and that he failed to use condoms to protect them and lower the risk of contracting it. As a result, many of his victims contracted this sexually transmitted infectious disease from him and will be forced to suffer from it for the rest of their lives.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know. Yeah, it's done. So do we have closure now? Do you think we have closure?
I don't know if closure is the word, and I don't even need closure. I'm not the victim. I feel like those victims maybe should get some kind of closure from that, but there's still healing that needs to happen. Like just because your predator is in prison doesn't mean that you all of a sudden completely feel better. So
it doesn't even mean they're still safe.
I mean, closure for his fans. Like, why is he like that? That's what I'm saying.
He still had fans outside the courtroom.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when somebody brought that up with me, you know what I said? I didn't know people that were in this cold. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Of course, they will
and
stand
another reason why people will be standing outside is because he always denied it. He didn't say that he did it. Do you get what I mean?
Even though he even said he did it, he will still have fans. Some people will still stand by you. They will still love him for his music. So
and then some people will still want to believe that it's a case of the Central Park 5.
Exactly, because when
you understand?
Yeah, when you're denying that, you didn't do it, it's very hard for people to, I think that's natural. I don't think I would look. I will frown against it if he said he did it and people were standing outside. I've never seen that in history of time because nobody would be that confident to come and support a predator. But because he was denied and he was, do you remember even Gail's interview where he was crying and all of that? That is enough reason for someone to still want to believe him. Yeah, because and you're projecting as well, because sometimes you can put yourself in that situation and think, I want someone to believe me too. If the world is saying that I was wrong, but I think this guy obviously wasn't innocent. I really
in too many cases, even if he was innocent of like out of 9, if he was innocent of 3, at least he did 6.
So many. I think the Nigerian judicial system can pick a thing or two from this case because it's been on for a while and he was still brought to justice. If it's in Nigeria, this case would be flushed under the toilet.
That killed the guy in the Airbnb.
We don't know the end.
Anyways,
but,
guys, but you know one thing I just thought about too. I thought about the fact that now that this guy is going away, what's going to happen to his music? Will he still be making money from jail? Do you think he will still be getting?
Did you see when he was trending on Twitter recently? Because he's now on, his net worth is now minus $2 million. Did you see that part? So I know that this has obviously drained him. I don't even think this guy was going to be able to get paid for the work that he has done. So there is no money, but you always get royalties for sure. It's not. It's not. His song wasn't illegal, so like.
Do you think he would drop music from jail?
It's very possible.
I don't think he would.
Do you think people would buy the music?
Who would buy?
Girl,
Ife,
you're telling me that a predator that has been sentenced goes into prison.
He actually didn't say he was guilty.
Yes, and then he sings a song from prison.
You know what his first track would be? And we get 1 billion streams in 2 hours. I didn't do it. That would be his first track.
What happened.
2 billion streams in 2 hours. I didn't do it because we want to hear his story.
Look at the history of the internet. Most of them are like that. The guy that shot, what's his name? That shot Megan in the leg, Tory Lanez. After he shot, the next song that he dropped, the music video that he dropped, was like all over the place. He will make money. Maybe not enough to be relevant anymore. I don't think, because this is people don't like this. Even men don't like this. Men don't like predators. They don't like that kind of stuff.
Do you think he would survive in jail though if he's put in jam pop?
I think he will have some kind of special treatment to a level. To a level.
Grew up,
I think he'll be fine. It depends on who he is as a person. Good luck to him, Jerry.
Good luck to him. And big shout out to all the women who survived R. Kelly. I know it's not easy for any woman, and we only hope
speaking out and everything.
You all heal and you find your closure and find the right man who won't treat you like R. Kelly. Anyways, guys, we're moving on to the next story, and this is on American actor Will Smith, who has addressed the long-standing rumors that he and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith have an open marriage. The movie star spoke about his marriage to Jada for the November cover of GQ magazine, which we had Whiskey on as well. According to Smith, Jada never believed in conventional marriage. Jada had family members that had unconventional relationship. She grew up in a way that was very different than how I grew up. There were significant, endless discussions about what is relational perfection. And for the large part of our relationship, monogamy was what we chose, not thinking of monogamy as the only relational perfection. He also talked about how they both trust and give each other freedom to explore within their union, because marriage can't be a prison, because marriage no fits be prison.
Please, monogamy, as in
one man to one woman.
So they were not open, basically.
No, he said for the large part of their relationship, they chose monogamy.
Right.
So they didn't cheat on each other a lot. But they
It's breaking it down. Yeah.
They didn't cheat on each other a lot. But when they needed to cheat, they were open.
Yeah, because for me, that's what I got. That's why I was very surprised at, because I don't think we read the same article or whatever. But I thought the message I thought that he was giving was that it's not necessarily open or closed, but it's not one thing either. Like, we're not labeling it as one thing. We're not saying we're an open relationship for life. We're not saying that we're closed either.
And I think that is very important in every relationship, understanding, right? Now, a woman meets a man who, when they met, right?
Yeah.
Like to party, like to go to the club, like to drink a lot, like to, you know, do a few things here and there.
What's here and there?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Whatever you want to fix in, fill in the blanks.
This is fair.
Yeah, likes to do a few. And then suddenly, you get into a relationship. For the first year, it was amazing. You like to party, you like to drink, you like to do this, you like to do that. And then suddenly, things are getting serious and you're beginning to think about the future, and then you're now beginning to try to say, stop it completely. Now, that's a big problem. Now,
it's not like, you know, if they're married now, they have to keep up with the new sense of that you do. Imagine if someone's now saying, if I want you to become more responsible, I want you to become... Get out.
Get out of here.
Come on, job.
I feel like this is a very important conversation to have with relationships in general. I think that people are very, very different. And I loved that he brought up the girls' upbringing, because if you have been exposed, if you have been exposed to certain things, and you know that you're a different kind of babe. Do you get what I mean? Like, if you're gonna ask for a girl who's probably been with a parent that love each other and they've only had each other, then to now like be open, that it might be strange for her and stuff like that. But I think the idea that you don't have to do things conventionally is the message for me. Like, whatever suits you. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I don't completely disregard the idea of an open relationship. I think that marriage really brings expectations, and these expectations for me, I feel like, is a constant thing as to why it doesn't work out, because I can't imagine living, like, right now I'm single, even whether or not I'm with a man or whatever, I'm not married, right? But I'm not living to anybody's expectations every day. Like, when I wake up, I make my decisions on my own, and I can imagine, babe, that if I get married tomorrow and I'm living under expectations, I don't think I'll do very well at it, because I haven't done it since the how many years I've been living my life. Do you get what I mean? So it has to be in a way that I can still keep my individuality, I can still keep a sense of being, I have control over my life, because I can imagine, you're absolutely right with what you said. Like, everyone knows that I have this thing for freedom. Like, I don't like being caged. I don't like places that have too many rules. I'm that kind of, so I can't really express myself, which is why I don't even like math, because 1 + 1 has to be 2. My own is how to express how one means to me. And then also another one to get me based on how I see it. And all of that kind of stuff. So imagine now I'm not with somebody that expects me to be one certain way and stuff, or you want to change that. It's not going to work. And I think that happens a lot in our developing country, where we have seen, because we also have that thing for respect and how things have been done, because we're quite cultural people, that we want to impose the same thing, because we think that's the safest thing to do. It's worked for this person, so it must work for this person, and that's why we must do it the same way. It must have this thing that my dad did, and she must have this thing that my mom did, so that we can also work together, and it doesn't always work that way.
I feel like, basically, in Nigeria, the thing about individuality doesn't work, because that thing about separation anxiety happens a lot. It's not just Saga that has it. A lot of marriages. No, but it's true. A lot of marriages, it happens, because you can't. No, let's take it back to him. You can't be married to someone and you can't live your life. you're traveling, he's calling you every minute, every hour, you can't live your life. It's too much. It's too much.
When your partner calls you like 11
I don't like
times.
that. That is too much.
Because obviously I'll call you back even after one call. I shoot
just relax.
I
so I feel like you should let people to live their lives. I'm not saying if you're not in support of open relationships, but in their careers, in their friendships, let them live. Don't be too clingy. Yeah, that causes a lot of problems. So I'm not in support of open relationships, based on my upbringing. But like, let people live their lives.
Right, so let me explain
Ife.
Don't even put that.
You came with me.
So
what about you? If your girl says she wants to be open,
what will you say?
I think I would.
I would listen. It depends on the law, because there's a lot of laws that
let me even tell you something that I keep telling my girlfriend every single day. I say, look, if you have to go do whatever you want to do with somebody else, it's none of my business. But you know what? Don't ever in your whole entire life
make me find out.
Disrespect me with it by doing it close to home, one, or leaving such messages on your phone, two, or receiving such phone calls.
Basically, you should not know about it.
I don't want to know.
Please though.
I don't want to know.
I don't want even the thought of it.
I don't want to ever think that you're doing it. Like, even if you are, I don't want to ever think that you're doing it. Like, you should not even be in my face.
You should not even have the conversation. Don't do it.
Because, okay, there's a recent case, right, that I got to find out.
Yeah.
So, a girl was dating a guy. Now, she got a DM from another lady saying, this guy is dating the both of us and, you know, wants to get married to the both of us and blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly, right, they both show up at his place, right, where he invited one for a date after he was confronted. And they both show up at his place. And then when they got there, the guy was shocked. At the end of the day, he did not catch him. She didn't catch him. She invited another girl over that sent his girlfriend a DM, and she came through. So in my head, I'm like, that guy already has disrespected by even letting the other side chick know about his real girlfriend to the point where she's beginning to send a DM. Do you understand what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, please, bro, bounce. Do you understand? That's not a guy you want to be with, because that's a guy that one day you does not have money for hotel, you bring side chick into the house and sleep with her on your matrimonial bed. Do you understand?
But even going back to Will Smith's family, I think that they have this hold in our community right now for I guess you can say like a case study for people whose sexualities are very different. Because I know that even the little girl, Willow, she's not little anymore. She was talking about being polyandrous, and I was like, where are you even getting that one from? So meaning that you're not even like, it's not even just open, it's that you don't believe in just having one thing with one person that you think that you can find love in other people, which is true. But the problem with that mindset, the problem even with open marriages, and the problem with these kinds of people, sometimes for me, is that you're throwing away the value of self-discipline. Because we all have urges. If we allowed ourselves to just be roaming around based on our pleasure and our desires, I feel like you just be doing silly things. Like, at some point, you're going to have to do that hard work. Maybe people can be a bit too restricting with things, but you have to be careful with being in this kind of situation, because then you have a situation like, what's it called, August Alsina thing that happened. Because you think it's fine, but you're messing somebody else's life up by allowing them to think that they have access to you in a way that it's just toiling with emotions.
Another thing that I think this story told me is that no matter the relationship, can it be defined? Even when we're having, you know, intimate moments, right? Can we define our intimate moments as just messing around, no strings attached? Yeah, I'm attracted to you, you're attracted to me, and that's what we're doing. Do you understand? But don't go and be doing pillow talk, and then after the whole entanglement and stuff, you start saying stuff like, I love you, to a girl that you don't love, just because you loved something that just occurred.
Right.
Do you understand? A lot of men do that. A lot of men.
Yeah, it's true.
They actually do that.
They get stuck up in the moment and just say,
it gets so bad that they even do it with girls they are paying.
You said this knowledge you have on this matter, Sha. It's like
my guy. See, I have guys.
It's like
I have guys.
Like,
do you understand? I have a guy that's fallen in love with a girl he pays.
As in, the knowledge is too much.
Everybody that knows me knows that I have never, ever paid. Come on, look at me, guy. Anyways, Chris Ada, a former love guest of the reality TV show Ultimate Love, has reacted after being trolled on social media for marrying someone younger. The reality TV star took to her Instagram page where she addressed the troll over the age difference between herself and her husband, Chris. She said, so I just have to run through this very quickly. So I just had a comment from a troll in my comment section without a face telling me how I should look before I married someone 2 years younger than I am. I don't know what is wrong with people. So it is okay for women in their 20s to marry a 64-year-old man. I guess she was talking about Regina Daniels. And it is not okay for a 37-year-old woman to marry a 35-year-old man. Just because you saw me on TV doesn't give you the right to my life. Agreed? I was a social experiment for your entertainment, and now I have to listen to you? Like, for real? and now I don't have to listen to you.
Okay, so I'm very confused by this thing, because I'm like, I went to her page and everything. I went through the comment sections and stuff. It wasn't that it was overwhelmed in, like, it wasn't an overwhelming pour of why are you dating this person, why are you whatever.
But did you realize that that's something that the society frowns at?
Which society are you in?
Nigerian society.
Yes. Which society? Where? 35 to 37.
So far, your husband is younger than you. They frown to it. Now, that's normal in this country.
Honestly speaking, like, I'm not around people like that.
They're everywhere.
I'm not around people like that.
Me too, but here I know it happens a lot. Like in Nigeria.
Are you joking?
Are you joking?
I mean, the one I've seen, it has to be a massive age difference, not 2 years. Are you joking? Who's stressing over 2 years?
Even when you're the same age, they're like,
Did I not give you a story, Mom? If you're watching, I have to bring up this story. I understand what Ife was saying. And I was saying, don't make my business on television. And you're like, no, says the man who brings his mom, his father, his cousin, his father, everybody. Yeah. So my mom, right? Yeah. I think I've told you guys a story before. I was 26. I was dating a 25-year-old girl, right? And my mom was away, and then when they came back, she went to join my mom in the kitchen. You know, at the Yoruba, please why help mom in the kitchen and all of that. And then my mom started asking her, like, I gave you 25, you're dating it. What happened to all your sugar daddies, blah, 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 blah. And she came back to the room crying. You guys have heard that story before, right?
I've heard that story.
Yeah. So she came back to the room crying and all of that. So even parents, right, don't even like it when the age difference between you and a girl is just 1 year. They want you to, a man, to marry. If you are 25, your girlfriend should be 20.
That makes
and I don't blame them.
That's what parents
it's the way they were brought up to. Their own parents too have that same ideology.
So that you must
convention, stupid convention.
Yes, that's what they want. So that's you know, how the society is structured. They want you to have a balance when it comes to your relationship.
There is so many benefits, like from many benefits from dating and marrying somebody that's your mate. It's just because society has it that, especially inside of the world, where men want to. I'm making a point about being the same age. So what's it called? A lot of the times, because in this context you have to make money, and it takes time to do that. For you to find somebody that you can please financially should probably be younger and up to your age. So it doesn't really work in this context. But there was even a whole research that was done in psychology when I was in uni about, like, the best relationships
with your age mate.
Is with your age mate. So I don't even know where that idea is coming from. And this is like facts and figures. Like, it actually makes more sense. But when you're in the same,
if you were younger, you know, I mentioned on this table, girls mature faster than guys. It's scientifically proven. IQ, yes. Check Google.
Because your IQ is faster doesn't mean that you can't have a good relationship.
Because of the patriarchal system, a man develops faster than women because
in this side of the world,
leave the house faster.
I mean, if you're younger, I mean, for this woman, I have no issue. But if you're younger, maybe you're like 22, and then you're dating someone that is 18. younger than you now, 3 years. Why?
Okay, please, can I ask you? Can I ask
why?
you guys a question?
That's weird.
Yeah, that
Would
is
you
weird.
date
That's
a man
weird.
that
Yeah.
is 5 years younger than you?
It depends on the age.
That's the thing. The age is important.
No, your age. No, your age. Your current age.
No, wait.
5
You're
years.
gonna be 21.
What about 3?
No.
Why, fair?
Because you're a child at that point.
How is he a child? How do you know he's not matured?
How about you?
Let's be fair answer. Why?
I know, but your own will be 15.
Why?
5 years younger.
Why?
You want to date Rema?
Rema's 21.
I'm just playing, man. But Rema.
Because I feel like what's it called? I'm not a sheltered kid. I refuse. I refuse to like be sheltered that much at home. So I've seen life in so many ways that I know that even from my age and stuff, I'm pretty advanced and stuff. So
but
I
he might
find
be
it hard.
advanced too.
I find it if he is advanced, really
I don't think you
advanced,
give him the chance. As long as you hear,
no,
oh, he's
if he's
23.
super advanced, like super. But you see, the thing is, it's not realistic for a 21-year-old to be so super advanced that he can be my man. I don't know how.
I always have experiences. I've had a guy that I was like 3 years older than, but I was saying sad to him till I found out his age, or till he found out my age. So we're talking, and I was like, my 33.
How old is he?
Yeah,
he's 3 years younger than me.
So he's still an adult. That's what I'm saying.
But I was saying, sir.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
but
this
he's
conversation
still an adult.
It becomes imbalanced when you put kids into it. When you put 21, 22, 23. But let's say I was 34 and he was 7 years older, 8 years older. He would still be maybe 28, whatever. My math is
then
fine.
they do.
But you know, if it was an adult, I don't mind. If I was 40 and he was 29,
why I
don't
was saying
mind because
the
as long as the man is an adult, like
let me tell you why I was saying this.
proper human being.
Let me tell you why I was saying this. I show up in a t-shirt and the jeans and all that, and this guy is always wearing article, satin, always wearing lace, always wearing this. Imagine, like, we have an example, the guy that is screaming in my ears right now, Debola, the guy is always wearing lace, and this boy has just eating burger, that's why he's big. You understand? Do you think that you will not see that type of person outside and say, good afternoon, sir, before you realize?
You can say good afternoon, sir, does not mean you date the person.
Exactly. I mean, when you open your mouth, I might figure,
Anyways, guys,
it takes 5 seconds to realize whether or not you're mature.